Good morning, folks. Here we are, another hiking video to highlight New York State. Today we are at the Sandy Creek Fishing Access Site. Okay, this is part of the Lakeview Wildlife Management Area. You come into Oswego County, just north of Sandy Creek on State Route 3. The Lakeview Wildlife Management Area covers thousands of acres. This is one of the few stops we're going to stop at. This is the main event, and I'll show you some of the other side trips. Again, State Route 3 is this road right here. So if you're traveling north on 3, get off Sandy Creek exit at Sandy Creek and hit 3 north, and he'll bring you to Lakeview Wildlife Management Area. So we got hiking trail. Since I've been here, they've removed all the signs that used to be around to show you. So, yeah, I was here once before, and then I had a camera malfunction and lost half the data. But that was with the fall foliage. But and then the weather in upstate New York kind of went to suck. So it's the conditions we live in. Anyway, here's a nice shot of the sea. Well, yeah. Be better if the sun was out, but we don't live in California. This is upstate New York, for God's sakes, in almost November. Cold, snowy, and dark. Well, let's get hiking, shall we? We're going to start off. The hiking trail's over here behind this information center. I'm not showing you more this way because there's people over there at the moment, and you know, on YouTube and their policies. They're not targeted people in the video, so I can't show you. But they're over there, and they're getting ready to leave. So we'll worry about over there when I come back out if they're gone. Alright, so we'll go down the trail here. There used to be an information center here, parking lot. So we'll get going. Probably not necessary, but the trail is about 3/4 of a mile. And it's not well maintained for handicap accessibility, so if you have difficulties, this trail is difficult. It starts off good, but as you get toward the end of it, you know, the scenic part, because there's a observation platform. Lakeview Wildlife Management Area has 2 of those platforms. This is a smaller of the ones. And I didn't even know it was down here until my first time I walked the whole thing, and I'm like, wow, well, that's where the trail goes. The trail follows the creek, the Sandy Creek, pretty much all the way up to that platform. Farmer's field. Leaving on because there's some information coming up here shortly, so what the hell? Fairy droppings? Alright, that's strange. Anyway, there is benches and places to rest along the way. That sign's gone too. Somebody removed all the signs. Well, I guess we ain't gonna show you that information sign. I wish I had that video from before when I was here. This used to explain this pool, and shows you the type of frogs, what kind of critters lived in it. They must have removed them for winter. I got a little frog pond here. Worth looking at, I guess. It was when there was color on the trees, that was for sure. Yep. Okay. What are your side stops? And you know, I'm pretty sure they removed them for winter time. This was an information sign. There's a bunch of these on the way through, but it's a nice big plaque. And again, that's where we are from the parking lot. And now we're going to go into dark territory. I say that because it's pretty much a, you know, an actual wood hiking trail in the woods. So that's the last of civilization you're going to see. I will admit, maybe these fall hikes would be a little bit better because without leaves on the trees, you can see a lot more. Like last time I was here, you couldn't see all that because it was all covered in leaves. Yeah, so pretty much you have a marsh area on this side of the trail and a creek on this other side, and it follows both of them up to an observation platform, and it's 3/4 mile long. It's a quick hike for those that hike. Let's put it this way, it is a journey worth it. Current conditions, 42 degrees and cloudy right now. Yeah. So if the camera shakes a little, it's probably because I'm shaking for being cold. The bird just laughed at me. Yeah. I guess that's a birdhouse. It's strange, whatever it is. I'm not sure if this is one of the locations or not. Lakeview is a hunting accessible spot. I'm just not sure if this specific spot is. It's through the DEC. So it does everything. Lakeview, you can hunt, fish, you know, camp at some spots. Should be on the DEC website for New York State. I'm not sure exactly what that is because I took that information down at the beginning of the video where the information boards would have been. Somebody's got a nice little trail cut in here. Getting near the creek, one of the views for the creek and the fishing access. Oh, water's down pretty far. Stopped. I don't know if anybody's from this area or not, the Sandy Creek, Oswego County, Jefferson County area, but I'll give you a little story about Lake Ontario. The last 2 to 3 years have been really high waters. So this is probably what the creek would normally look like, but you can see where it's eroded the bank, and it's been up to here. Is that Lake Ontario is finally getting down to normal levels, and not at flood stage like it's been in the 3 years. So all this is probably would have been grass, and it just looks bad now because the water was so high for so long. Something to Google, I guess. Lake Ontario flooding 2017 and 2019. That should give you some information. I'm pretty sure I got some information on YouTube as well. I think I was at St. Helens Beach State Park at that time, in the Sandy Pond area, showing you the high waters. Well, I can't remember if I posted that up or not, because I think that was a personal video. Anyway, here's our first rest stop. Has benches, shade. If there were leaves on the trees, you'd have some shade, you know, set up your fishing gear. I'm not sure if they allow fires, I doubt it. And I'm not 100% sure if this is accessible all night. I imagine it is, but I'm not sure. to the creek, Sandy Creek here. Now, I think there is 2 creeks in this area. There's the, I want to say north or South Sandy Creek. There's the South Sandy Creek and the Sandy Creek. I'm going to try to make it up to the next South Sandy Creek, I guess. I don't know. We'll make it up somewhere. That's another stop. I got multiple stops today, so getting the time to do it is just today's the day. Unfortunately, the sun ain't shining and the leaves off the tree, but braving the cold for your entertainment. I'm sure if you were out here either late afternoon or really early sun up in the morning, you'd probably see deer and all that stuff out here too. I wouldn't see why there wouldn't be any deer out here. I think there's another spot of interest coming up here. Again, we're at the Lakeview Wildlife Management Area, Sandy Creek Fishing Access Site. It says fishing, but you can launch your canoes and kayaks here, fish, hike, and at the end of this trail is an observation platform, one of 2 in the area of the Lakeview Wildlife Management Area. And this is one of multiple stops. And again, benches, marsh on the back side of them. I guess these are benches for children. Seems how they're up to the... Yeah, let's keep walking. I don't think I'm gonna use those. I'll be resting my head on my knees instead of my shoulders. Out of the woods briefly to turn and go back into the woods. So Lakeview extends from the Oswego County, Jefferson County line all the way to the Southwick Beach State Route 193 area. So Southwick Beach is part of the Lakeview. But that's the end of it. Then I think the next one up, which I will eventually visit too, is Black Pond Wildlife Management Area. So that's another whole segment. We're about half a mile into the hike. Hold on. Okay, had to get my bearings. Another fishing site. Again, this would have an information board, but it's been removed for the winter, I'm guessing. So you're fishing in this spot. That's one deep hole. Wow. That is deep right here. Don't fall in here. There's this site. I think this is the last fishing access site. I'm thinking I'm pretty close to the end of the hiking trail itself. Right now we'll go into the marshy part. You can see what that was. Yep, we're at the end. We'll just leave this camera going. Here's the creek again. Again, that's the Sandy Creek in Jefferson County, New York. And again, we are at the Lakeview Wildlife Management Area, Sandy Creek Fishing Access Site. DEC of New York State controls the land. And we merge out to the open. And this is the point of the trail. This is, again, as said many times, this is observation platform 1 of 2 in the area. Just not at this site. There's another one at another site. We will try to get to there. Strange trail going off that way. And they have benches here, the rest. And again, information center's gone. And here we are. Alright, a note to mention, Lake Ontario is right over here. Now these hills you see are the natural sand dunes. Those are the sand dunes. On the other side is Lake Ontario. Part of the freshwater sand dune. How they name that. I don't know exactly how they call it. Again, that's part of eastern Lake Ontario, sand dune. Sand Beach is part of that park. Oh, Westcott, I believe, is part of that. Southwicks is part of that. Greenpoint Marina, Sandy Pond, we're all lying in that that eastern shore of Lake Ontario sand dune ecosystem. And that's what you're looking at right now. Now I've spotted something. I'm gonna try to adjust for it. I can barely see it in my eyes. I'm gonna try to pick it out. Oh yeah, you got it. Okay, right there. What's that? It just looks odd right there. Nothing. Oh, sand dune. So that's Lake Ontario on the other side of that. That's why I don't see anything. And that's how far we are from Lake Ontario. Sorry, I forgot to finish my pan. Again, this is thousands of miles of wildlife management area. We're only chopping a finger off today. I think there's 2 more to chop off for later today that we will visit. Everybody's like, oh, you're from New York. Yeah, I'm from the beautiful part of New York. I mean, just not this time of year. Any other time of the year, just the winter's the worst part of it. Alright, that concludes our tour of the Sandy Creek Fishing Access Site at the Lakeview Wildlife Management Area. Our first stop of many today. It's going to turn out to be a Redfield Reservoir thing. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, let me know what you think of it. This is something new I'm trying, hiking, because I'm usually a railroad photographer, but there is no railroad through my town anymore because they all run at night, except for today. I got lucky, so that's why I'm here now. Chase the train up. Well, that's a different subject. So I used to be a Lacona Rail fan, but editing mishap, because I added my Google account, erased Lacona Rail fan and put my full name up, which I didn't want. But anyway, I'm going to see if this camera has a special feature. Actually, I think it does. I'm not 100% sure. So let me try something here. I'm going to time lapse my walk back, so some of you want to see the full length of the trail. So let me try something. No, it doesn't have time lapse. Oh, what'd you do to it? What's this? This is for people with problems. Myself included. Oh, look at the fall colors. Yeah. Fantastic looking. Everything blurs together in my age. Enough of that. This is going to be a serious video, for God's sake. I was being serious. Another fishing spot. Oh, I can see the bottom this time. Splash! Alright. The Sandy Creek turns and goes that way. Alright, we got more spots to visit. What the? Shell spot there, I guess. A shell spot. And a big deep spot. Alright, we're going to hike back and show you more. Hopefully those people have left. They were leaving on my way in, so I'll show you the front, or the, I guess you could say the production center of this place. If you don't want to hike and you're going to do more fishing, boat launching, and kayak launching, and more of that stuff, that's up at the front of the, where the parking lot was. For those like me that hike, that's your worthwhile view, is that observation platform. And again, the fall foliage time, this place would have been spectacular. But take what you get. during the whole fall season, which lasts like 2 weeks here at peak. Rained, rained, and rained. That's why you didn't see any fall foliage, except for what's on the trees now. But on the bright side, we're going to get a snowstorm in 3 days. Yay! Seems I don't have a, yeah, like my phone's all cracked. I called it right here. I got the stopwatch pulled up on my phone. So for the novice hikers, or like me that don't hike very much, so person my fitness, from the time it takes to hike off here, we're going to start that stopwatch. And when I get to the end of the trail, we'll see how long it took. It'll give the people more information. So I'd like to just to do that and put it in the time lapse and then zip. And I ain't going to waste the amount of time it's going to take to get to the other end. So we could do it that way. It can't be any more than 20 minutes, I don't think, but I'm kind of curious myself. I was going to say something, of course I forgot. Hiking equipment, well, waterproof shoes. It's really all you need on this trail. It's pretty well maintained. Unlike over with the video I did at the Salmon River Reservoir, where I couldn't go through because the part of the trail was in the water. But this one, you know, just waterproof shoes will get you there. And the only reason you need them to be waterproof is the wet leaves, or if you come and there's dew on the ground. But the trail's like you see it most of the time. Slowly getting back to civilization. I think from here, after I leave, I'm going to head north. There is a bridge with another part of a fishing access site on the South Sandy Creek, I think it's called. See, now what's confusing is this is Sandy Creek all the way into Mansville and P Manor. But there's also, at some point, it's called South Sandy Creek and Sandy Creek. It splits into two. But they're calling this Sandy Creek, so I keep calling the other one North or South Sandy Creek, but we'll figure that out when we get there, because I'm still not 100%. When you come through the village of Adams, it's Sandy Creek, or you come through another village shortly after, South Sandy Creek. But the thing that's confusing is it's north. Well, we'll figure this out today, I guess. Just trying to create content. If I slow down like I did, this means I've seen something or something tripped my interest. So if I'm moving and I slow down, I'm looking at something to make sure it's not something worth filming, like, oh, maybe it was nothing and a deer jumps away. I found out it was a deer. And damn it, I should have stopped. Yeah. So that's what I do when I'm hiking, and then I stop and slow down. This is the last turn of the corner, and then we'll be at the parking lot real shortly. Alright, let's see how long this took, because we're pretty close to the parking lot now. Last leg of the line. Nice spot over there, okay. That's the only pretty spot there is. I'm trying to pull up my cell phone right now and show you the parking lot. Doing two things at once is never good. Oh, there we are. So we are, for an average person, 15-minute hike. That's not bad. As I did stop once to the view of the creek. It's the only time I stopped briefly. Hopefully we're the only ones here, so I could have you view me exit the trail, and we'll look at the actual picnic table. It actually looks like a nice, decent park. You'd almost think it was a park, but it's just a fishing access site. And a boat launch site. I keep calling it fishing access, as that's what the sign says. You could launch your boats, you could go fishing, you could hike. You could watch farmer's field. If that piques your interest. You could watch traffic drive down the road. All at the comfort of having a picnic. Yep, okay, we're by ourselves. We're going full camera mode now. Don't have to sneak and hide, and make sure you don't get people's faces and their children and get banned from YouTube. Because you get a picture of a child accidentally. It does have, I really don't want to promote this, but it does have a restroom, but it's not in the very best condition. So, this is the trail into the hiking area. This is a pretty big parking lot. It is busy. This parking lot will actually fill up during salmon season. Again, this is an information center. There's your trail. Look for these nice pretty trees. And that's the only information you got is this social distancing poster, benches. The main spot's over here. This is what everybody comes for. Over there is the boat launch. We'll get down that way. The restroom is a portable outhouse, and it's not maintained. I think once a week. It's not maintained regularly. So as a last-ditch desperate attempt to needing to go before you leave is usable. I'd say it's functional, but it's not the cleanest because it's only maintained one time a week. Again, I drive this road every day, so I stop here a lot. That's how I know this. Now, this is the main fishing spot. You got a nice little bench you put all your stuff on. Pretty deep water. Wait for the car to drive by. Okay. So this would be the Sandy Creek Bridge. Okay, there's two bridges for this area. This is the first one you come across when you come into Jefferson County. And both of these areas are on the left side of the bridge traveling northbound, because chances are you're going to be going northbound. So you'll be going off to the left side on both of these, the next location too. Both bridges you come to, it's right below the left hand side. So here's the spot where you launch your kayaks or whatever you can put your boat in. That's the spot. Kayaks, canoes, I don't know if it's motorized or not. Again, that sign's missing. I don't see why it would. Yeah, it might be a restriction on motorized boats. Picnic tables, benches. Oh, it's set up to have a good time here. You want to go fishing all day? Yeah, just bring your cooking grill. You got your portable toilet. Ah, this will tell us. Here's where all the signs are hiding. In each picnic area, picnic table has a solid concrete base around it. Ugh. A little rough, but I'm not exactly sure how far over this property goes, but I imagine it goes all the way around. till you come to a fence. This is a popular spot too, under the bridge. See, now, I don't know what this is. I see this every day when I drive. Maybe somebody from the area knows. There's this, nobody lives there. It's like it used to be a house, but then there's this. What is this? It's a plaque, but it's on private property. Oh yeah, the trail ends here. They made sure of that. Buddy's rocks. So there you are. It's the creek goes around the corner and goes up, and you head that way to P. Manad and Adams. All right. Again, you can see the channel itself, considered the Black Deep Abyss. If it's raining out, you could hide under a bridge. Creepy. Let's see what these signs say. Nothing but information today. This is the longest stop of the trip too, by the way. It's starting to be a long video. This is the longest one. Protect your waterways. Yeah, it looks like it's motorized. You got your protect your waterways sign. Attention anglers. Water birds and other wildlife by using non-lead fishing tackle. Protect your waterways. Right here. No parking. New angling rules. No parking. Doesn't say anything about motorized. No. Alright. I guess you could use a small motor on a boat here. Carry in, carry out. That's it. Sandy Creek. Fishing access site. Lakeview Wildlife Management Area. New York State DEC controlled. And we're gonna go off to our next location now. Big parking lot. Big parking lot. Yeah. And as big as this is, okay, let's get a whole circumference here. As big as this is, believe it or not, starting in September, this parking lot is full. Of course, there's your handicap. That's where your restrooms are. And that's it. There you go. Again, we're in here at the off season. Apparently, they took all the signs down. That's all the information I got. They used to, if you come in the summertime when it's actually operational, there's your information center. So now our next stop is going to be the next bridge. Okay, it's kind of tricky. That's why I wanted you to remember there's two. See, right here. Okay, this will show you. This is South Sandy Creek. I thought so. So the creek name is South Sandy Creek. Alright. The board name is Sandy Creek. That's to alleviate the confusion. So we are at the South Sandy Creek. So the next one is Sandy Creek. Alright, I thought so. The state's confusing sometimes. So this is the first bridge. We're going to go up to the second one. Again, when you go in the second one and you're going fishing, your parking lot's off to the left. And on we go. I know I'm going to get slack for this driving, but these are the places that we're going to drive by and not visit today. Alright, these are mostly for hunters. It's off to the left. There's another access site you can park and go hunting. That's a hunter parking site. Okay. I'm watching the road. You look out the window as I go fast down the road. Our next stop on the way back, this is going to be our on the way back hit. Because I've already leaded up to another video, so we are going to hit this spot here. Here's another access site. You got a road that goes back there, and it looked like there's a cop hiding down there. So, stops regularly to check for speeding. So, our next spot is right up here. Here's the second bridge. This is Sandy Creek Bridge. Somebody's there, we'll skip the stop. Your parking access, it's just a parking lot for fishing. That's all you do there is fish. Again, it's on the left side, that's your parking lot road and your entrance. We're gonna continue on a little farther up. Try not to hit this guy. So you're leaving that parking lot. What the hell? Sorry, I was watching the guy. I was wondering what he was carrying. So if you want to leave that parking lot, of course there's traffic. Gonna hide that. Hide the camera! Hiding the camera! Oh. Okay, right up from that parking lot, this is the very last part of this trip. Pierpont Place Road. This is a dead-end road. And this also has a hiking trail. This hiking trail will take you, I'm not going to take it today because I've already got my one hike in the day. So this hiking trail will take you to the connecting trails to Southwick Beach State Park. And that's it for Lakeview. But this is the last public, not park kind of area. So, check this spot out while we're at it. The road's better maintained than the last time I was down it, that's for sure. It's riddled with holes. There goes a bird. Yeah, somebody should. Then it's Tuesday, so I don't want to know what's going on out here. Sorry, this is unexpected. Why? What is going on? I don't want to know. Why there is a UPS truck hiding down a dirt road on a dead end road. Oh, this is wildlife management area, Lakeview, and this is a boat launch site. You can come in here again. All the information's been removed. You come down in here. There's your information center. Rocks and stuff are piled up here like they're gonna do stuff here, but you launch your boat there. All those other fun signs. Your hiking trails over here, buried behind the rocks now, and that connects you right to the Southwick State Park. Parking lot's obviously above us with the UPS truck sitting. And that's about it for the spot. Again, I would get out, but I can't show much other than that. So we'll just overlook the UPS truck, and just wanted to show you the spot because it's part of the trip. Yeah, I would have gotten out, but it was a little sketchy. And on that side is Southwick Beach. So if you want more that way, you know, if you want me to visit Southwick's, yeah, I can. But it's just not today. We're gonna head back this way, okay? I'm leaving you on for this specific reason. To show you exactly the distance on between stops, so you don't think this is 5 miles up the road and it's like, surprise, you passed it, now you gotta come all the way, turn around and go back here. So the next spot's got a pretty cool bridge. Again, it was right there. I could have showed you in the last parking lot over here with the bridge. But it used to be the Route 3 bridge until they relocated the road. And that's right off this road. So get ready. And pretty much you're gonna come off this road. And it's this road here. Again, right where I need to turn is the truck. Alright, this is also a dead-end road, but it has a nice bridge still from the good old days. Speed trap warning. A cop will hang out right here in this triangle watching for speeders on 3. So it's pretty much, you don't want to be going too fast. podcast or hold video camera in your face while you're driving down the road. I didn't see anybody fishing currently at this spot, so I'm hoping nobody's here now. Let's see. Hey. I like the sign. I like that view. I'm going to have to get a picture of that. Try to. If I can steady the camera a little better. No, I'll pass on the picture for this specific reason. Looks a little crappy. Yeah, okay. Can't stay here all day. Can't stay here all day looking at manure. The picture was good, but the outcome would have looked kind of a little crappy. This is the old Route 3 right-of-way. I'm not sure why they just left the bridge and everything here for this specific reason or not. I don't know. Again, it's a nice gravel road. It's well kept, so it's obviously part of the wildlife management area. Or else it'd be a pothole suck fest. Further than I thought it was. Oh, here comes it. Alright. This looks like a stop sign right here. Yep, okay. We're at the end of the road. Sweet, nobody's here, but the mailbox is kind of creepy. Oh boy. So motor vehicles are prohibited. This is the last stop for this park. Leave the window down, assuming it won't rain. What I will do is I'll get a surround view of this, because I know I can get a better view of the bridge, but this is one of the stops. So the road would continue to go along that way, and there's a nice old bridge. I know it's there because I drive this road every day, but I know there's a better site where I could get to it on the other side of the creek. But this, I guess, is a fishing site. Wind's starting to pick up, and your other parking lot's right over here, so yeah, I thought this would lead you right to the bridge, but I was wrong. Alright, it just says no motor vehicles. This might be a hunter parking spot too. The mailbox is kind of creepy, as I said. Because must be mail for the deer. For the deer population. Sasquatch. Sasquatch lives in these woods. He's getting mail now. That's where he's hiding. Finding Bigfoot. Well, come to New York State. I found him, I think. I don't understand why there'd be a mailbox in the middle of freaking nowhere. Okay, let's go before I get murdered. Sketchy. Yeah, the sketchy spot of the trip. Moving on. But wait, there's more. What's going on over there, everybody? I'll give you one hint. 2020. Yeah, let's go. November 2020. Stephen King, the birds. I gotta make this a comedy at some point. So, you plan on leaving? Oh yeah, that's right. Fun fact, if you're leaving, the best way to get out of this, go in both directions. If you're traveling in both directions, take this side road. Why am I using an indicator? Because this will bring you out to this spot. Again, that was the old alignment for Route 3. So this road would have carried on. This road going this way wouldn't even been here. So that's why this road's here. But you can go straight. That takes you to Mansfield, P. Manor, Adams. North on 3, south on 3. You can see both directions real well. Where if you went down and tried to go north that way, you wouldn't be able to see as good. Or vice versa. So you'd want to come this way. It comes up here. You've got lots of seeing time. So we're going to head south. Oh, to the other end of the bridge. And there's your parking lot. Got some people in there. And right on the other side of the bridge, I'm not gonna. Oh, truck's turning. Hang on. That's always a bad bump. So right on the other side, you're gonna want to turn. This is South Skinner Road. Again, it's in alignment with this other road because this other road used to go down through here. But the road that the bridge is on is South Skinner Road, so if you're coming up this way, you're gonna wanna, you know, get off at South Skinner. I think this farmhouse is abandoned and not currently being used. I hope. Last time it didn't look like it was being used. Right. Yield sign. Confusing. I thought this bridge is closed. Let's hope I don't reach the weight limit. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try that bridge. Not with this big huge thing. The last time I seen a bridge this narrow was in Cassandra, PA. I thought this bridge was closed, to be honest. Well, that explains a few things. I'm going to take a look at it before I cross it. Let's put it that way. Posted property on this other side of it, so we can't get off the road. Yeah, I totally thought this was abandoned. That explains why it's still here. Feels like I'm in Cassandra, PA, at the railroad overlook. There must be a feasible reason this bridge is still here. And open. You cannot fish from the bridge, according to the sign right here. Well, we ain't going that way. I'll just stop right here. So this is kind of sketchy. No trespassing. Private road, dead end, but it's got a speed limit sign. Private road, dead end, speed limit, no trespassing. So that indicates there's probably some guy with a rifle hanging out down there somewhere. So we just won't venture that way. But then this is a public bridge. New York State's all screwy. It's publicly maintained. I don't understand. I'm confused. Private property on that side is clearly marked. Weight limit's 22 tons. Private property. You come across the bridge. Private property, but they don't tell you until you cross the bridge. You can't fish from the bridge. It's got a nice view of it though. Somebody clearly didn't see the sign. Interesting. Learning something new every day. Get a nice look at the detail of the bridge here. Things holding it together. I'm lost at this. I thought for sure this bridge is closed. This is what it looks like on the side. Again, this used to be the old Route 3 alignment. It would have went off that way. Huh. Yeah, so, well, that's that stop. You can't do much here, but it's worth looking at. If you like old bridges, I guess. As mentioned before, I drive this road every day. There's always somebody pulled over in this spot. You can see where the pullover spot is, but posted, everything on that side posted. No fishing from bridge, but it's a public road. Because it would have told us down there, private drive, dead end, but it didn't. It waits until we're on the other side of the bridge to tell us that. Next. Nice old farm here. As I drive down this road a little further, I look behind me and I found out what intentions they're trying to tell us over there at the bridge. It's a public road, but it's like going into a trailer park kind of deal. Sandy Island has those kind of agreements where they could use the park road and park in the parking lot and go to their cottage. Is kind of what they're saying, but it's a private drive, but it's open to the public kind of thing. But just so you know, when you go down there, you got like 5 houses with people that live down there. That's why the bridge is still loose. I didn't find that out until I was leaving. I looked that way and I'm like, a couple houses down there, that's why. There's the road we just came on. You go that way to go north, you come this way to go south. Now there's no fishing from the bridge. Did not say you can't fish from the abutments too, so. Well, hopefully that cop's gone, because that's our next stop on the trip. This is South Skinner Road, by the way. And it's, you will miss it if you were looking for the specific road, so you're going to want to go up and then hit that side street, because it's right on this curve on Route 3. Route 3 used to jet off this way, and it used to line up, so. It's right off this curve here. Yep. So, alright, our next spot, the cop's gone. Or it might be down there further. No overnight parking. Wildlife restoration. Rules and regulations. Carry in, carry out. And again, this is that side road off of Route 3. This is the first time I've actually driven down this road, so let's experience it both together for the first time. Oh, my brakes are stuck. So it looks like this is closed at night. There's no overnight parking. It's gonna be one of those lands where the farmer donated to the state. So this looks like a farm access road with the fields on both sides. Sketchy. Yeah, we've been a lot of those places today. Why is this one any different? Let's take this narrow road back into the woods, see what happens. Oh, it looks like not much happened. It looks like this is the end of it. Well, I don't think I'm gonna get out today. I'm not sure what is going on here. Hunting, fishing. I don't understand this road back here. Maybe the day before all the trees grew up, it had a nice view of the marsh, but not today. So, if that road was on your bucket list, I suggest not to come down it. Yeah. At least there isn't a UPS truck at the end of it. That was still creepy. That's still creepy. But then there's this. A dirty windshield. Well, thanks for pointing that out. There we go. What? I'm guessing it's for hunters. It could be for hunters. So park there and walk in and go hunting? Don't know. You can park and walk in, it looks like. So that's obviously where they need to go. It is hunting season right now, so even though I don't see any cars here, I'm just not gonna attempt fate today. Route 3 again. Of course, there's always a car in Route 3. Yeah, so I don't know what this is. There's the Lakeview Life Management Area sign way up there. So, State Route 3, heading south. I thought I'd have like a trail or something along this marsh. The marsh is alright. Southbound approach to our first visit. It has signs that actually say what it is before you get there, so you have a little bit of warning. Yeah, camp's in the way. And right up the road here is our last stop. Is the observation platform. It's going to be the first road on the right, assuming no traffic's coming, but for goodness sakes, this is Route 3. That truck on the side of the road is kind of sketchy. Here's another hunter access spot to go hunting. Again, on the right, there's another sign for Lakeview Wildlife Management Area. And right on top of this hill, yeah, right where the traffic is, that's our next spot. That's where the next road is to make the turn. It's going that way. It actually says it right on the signs too. That's observation platform. Ontario Point Road. It is a dead end. Last stop for today. This road looks a little wider than the previous ones. Completely drove past the tower. It wasn't well signed. Backwards so I can look out the windows. I don't think I'm going to need to get out of the car for this trip. Well, it's a parking lot. Looks like they're planting trees and everything here. Again, this is a fishing access site. No way. We might be able to pick out... No, that would be too far away from here. Does that almost look like a bunch of trees in the... Look like where it was on that last observation deck. So I was like, no way. Looks like they allow you to launch a boat here too. Yep. So they got a boat launch, another fishing access site. And back to the tower. Our last stop. Tower. Let's see what we can see from up here. Of course, there'd be a car under there. Yeah, well, somebody would have to drive by right now. Oh yeah, you got a nice view up here, kinda. Probably when this was built, all this trees weren't here. I must admit, it ain't that spectacular. I bet you when it was built, you could see the whole lake out there, then the trees grew up. I could see Lake Ontario that way. That's about it. That's the view. Yep. Well, that stinks. Yeah, I bet you all this stuff wasn't even growing in here when they built this. This has just been here a while. And you probably used to be able to see everything out there, and now it's like, yeah. Times have changed. I really didn't see any spectacular view of having a tower here. And that's the view you get. So, this would be one of my suggestions not to visit. But it's cool to see. maybe like at the sunset. Yeah, you could probably come here for a sunset. You can kind of see off that way. The sunset will set off that way, so yeah. Time your trip, be here at sunset. But if you're just coming here during the day, it's too overgrown to see anything real interesting. See, I found that out just now, and now I share it with you. If you come to Ontario Point's observation tower, you ain't gonna see much, but come at sunset. I'm sure that sky will light up pretty nice colors on the good sunny day. But on a day like today, suggest not to really, not worthwhile. And well, hate to end off on a bad note, but you've seen what I've seen.